I think a lot of people assume bigger backpacks are automatically better. But after carrying this every day for work, I think 15 liters might actually be the sweet spot for everyday carry. And this backpack completely caught me off guard. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Mikey, and if you're into everyday carry, backpacks, knives, flashlights, wallets, watches, and just gear that actually gets used every single day, you are in the right place. Today we're taking a look at the Vertx Long Walks 15-liter backpack. Now, Vertx did send this bag over for review, and I am a Vertx affiliate. If you decide this is the right backpack for you, after watching this video, I will have a link in the description down below, along with a little discount code. Using those links is a great way to support the channel at no extra cost to you. With that being said, this isn't a sponsored review. Vertx isn't paying me to say anything specific, and everything you're about to hear comes from actually carrying this bag as part of my daily routine, specifically for work. So let's get into it. Now, before we jump into the bag itself, I wanted to explain why I'm back to backpacks in the first place. If you've been following the channel, you know I've spent the last several months rotating through a ton of sling bags. I wanted to see what worked best for my everyday carry, and honestly, I learned a lot throughout that series. Some slings were incredibly comfortable, some had amazing organization, some were just fun to carry. But as my day-to-day routine has changed, especially carrying everything I need for work, I found myself needing just a little bit more room. Not because I wanted more stuff, but because I wanted to carry the right stuff more comfortably. Having dedicated space for my iPad, notebook, chargers, water bottle, and daily essentials without feeling like I'm cramming everything into one compartment has made a huge difference. There's just something about having the weight evenly distributed across both shoulders for me that makes carrying all day a lot easier. So for this next chapter on the channel, we're officially back to backpacks. And I figured there wasn't a better place to start than with a Vertx Long Walks 15-liter. Now, what's interesting is that this doesn't feel like some giant travel backpack. In a lot of ways, it almost feels like the natural progression from carrying larger sling. You still get that compact feel, but now you have the comfort and organization only a backpack can offer. If you've been around the EDC community for any amount of time, chances are you've heard of Vertx, especially if you pop by my channel. One thing I've always appreciated about their products is that they don't scream tactical. Their bags blend into everyday carry environments, whether you're walking into the office, heading to an amusement park, going through the airport, grabbing coffee, or even carrying it for everyday carry purposes. But behind that clean look are thoughtful features, durable materials, and organization that makes everyday carry simple. I've reviewed quite a few Vertx bags over the years, so I was excited to see where this one fit into the lineup. First, let's start off with what you're getting. The Long Walks packs comes in two sizes, 15-liter and 28-liter. This is the 15-liter capacity, making it one of the more compact backpacks Vertx offers. It measures approximately 21.5 inches tall, 11 inches wide, and 5.25 inches deep. One thing that really surprised me is the weight. This backpack comes in at only 1.3 pounds empty. It's constructed from lightweight mini ripstop nylon with a water repellent finish. It features YKK zippers all around the bag, a breathable mold back panel, which is right there, adjustable sternum straps. It had a waist belt, which I actually took off, as a water bottle pocket or hydration bladder pocket, and a looped interior that is versatile with Vertx's tactigami accessories if you want to customize the inside. Another feature that I really appreciate is the lighter colored interior. It sounds like a small detail, but when you're digging around inside the bag trying to find something, it makes a noticeable difference. Now, when I first pulled this out of the package, I immediately noticed how lightweight it felt. My first thought was, is this going to be too small? And after carrying it for several weeks, not once have I felt like I needed more room for my work setup. In fact, I think the smaller size has actually made me a little more intentional about everything that I wanted to carry, just like how I did my slings. Right now, I'm currently using this bag as my dedicated work bag, so let me show you exactly how I have this packed out. Right in the front here, you do have this cinch, and that is where I have my 28-liter Yeti Rambler, and this is the Eagles edition, and that fits perfectly right in this front pocket. And as you can see here, it does have like a little bit of elastic feel to it, so you can put more items in here and really stretch this front section out. There isn't any pockets or anything down in here. It's just this elastic area. Now you can put a hydration bladder in here if you want. I don't typically do that, especially for work. I just got my bottle in there and it fits perfectly. There is, however, a pocket right here on the front. And if you open that section right here, I want to show you that inside, I actually have a Vertx organizer that I wanted to feature, which has that hook backing, but inside, this is just pretty much it here. You do have this loop panel where you can put Velcro accessories like I'm going to show you here. And you also have this little key tether where you can put keys or other accessories. Now, let me shut this so I can show you how this looks like here. Now, this is the mini Vertx organization pouch. And right here in the front, you have a full loop integrated section where you can put patches or other hook back accessories. In this pocket here, I want to show you that I have my Civivi Partake. I've done lots of videos on this multi-tool, which also is a utensil set. It just separates like so: fork, knife, spoon, bottle opener, can opener. Absolutely love this thing, especially when I'm on the go. And that goes in this case here, which goes into this pocket where I can put that strap down. Over on this side, if you open this up, I actually have some Advil, good old Advil that I have in all my bags. And I also have some chapstick on there as well. And that just goes in this front pocket. And you can put this strap down. Now what's cool is you have this little D-ring here, so that way you can hang this on your bags or in your car, however you want to, and that way this can be an added accessory that just dangles like so. It also has that hook backing, so that way if you have any Velcro attachments or accessories, you can just slap that on there like I showed you in the front here. And then opening this up, this is like my hygiene organization pouch. I got some gum in there. I have floss in here. I have some hand sanitizer in there. I have some lotion, good old Cetaphil. And then inside you have some pretty good organization in there. But I also have a new grooming kit. Pretty excited about this. This is a grooming kit by Jack the Barber. I actually got this at Marshall's. And you open this up, and you have a blacked out grooming set here, because one of my pet peeves is just long nails, and I want to make sure that, especially me being a content creator, I'm always trimmed up. But you have other things in here like scissors, you have tweezers in there, a whole cuticle set that you can use to take care of yourself. But this is like a little olive green pleather case, which is pretty cool, and I like that. And all that is in this mini organization pouch by Vertx. Moving on to the interior of the bag. As I open this up here, I have this MTAC organization pouch. And in here, I have my good old mini fan, which feels so good. 5 modes, this thing is super strong. Anyways, I have that fan that goes in that section here. I usually have pens that go right here as well. I actually put it in the other pouch inside, I'll show you. But this is my little small rig T7 Shield SSD, and This is cool because I can hook it onto the back of my phone. This is 1 terabyte, but I can also hook it on the back of my iPad, which I also have in here. So I have the new M5 iPad Pro. Super stoked about it. It's very fast, but I have this here because I just have that right there. And as I'm creating my videos, I can actually just transfer files onto here without putting everything into the iPad. I did get the large storage. So I got a 1 terabyte M5 iPad Pro 11-inch, and then I got a 1 terabyte T7 Shield Samsung SSD. And again, this just hooks onto here, super nice. But if I want to hook this up on my phone, I can do that as well. And that just looks like that when I'm using the iPad. Also got the Magic Keyboard case to go along with it. I have my DJI Pocket 3 and all of the accessories that come with it. Super handy. That way I can have a camera on the go. And then this is also a new addition. And this is the Vertx large organization pouch. Before I open this up, I just want to show you. This is like a little tool roll is what it feels like. Back here, I do have an access to my backpack tool pouch. This is an extension of my Leatherman bit sets that I have in here, but I also have a Leatherman skeletal in here, and this is all in my Data Crew side fry. So I have that in there on the back side, and then when you open this up, boom, boom, this is what this looks like. So it's like a little tool roll, but over here on the back side as well, I want to show you that I have a 10-foot USB-C to USB-C cable. I didn't have to go that long. I actually wasn't looking at the packaging when I got that thing from Marshall's, but you do have a section here where you have this enclosure so you can put more accessories back here, and that's going to be all on this back side. You also have a pass-through here, but the pass-through also acts as a pouch for when you load out these pockets, so don't recommend putting stuff there. But over on the front side, I want to show you that I have pens organized in here. I have my pry bar, my Vertx Fulcrum in there as well. And then over here on this side, I have all of my pens. If you guys remember, I had my Nutsack Commander pouch, which had all of my pens, but now I have all of that in here, along with this being like my tech case, because I just showed you the cable here, but inside this zipper, I have my Nightcore NB10000 Gen 4 that powers up my devices. I also have an Anker 10,000 milliamp with Apple charger and included USB-C cable. And then I have my Rode Wireless Micro, so that way I can record content on the go like on my cell phone, but have good high quality audio. And all that is in here, all in this large organization pouch by Vertx. So that's super neat because it just comes in a little package like so. And this actually sits at the bottom of this bag, which allows this backpack to stand up. And so this is the bag itself. But another thing I wanted to show you is that this laptop compartment is not included. I actually added that on. This is another accessory from Vertx, but it's perfect for any type of laptops, iPads like you just saw here. Let me show you. That thing really stayed stuck in there. But this is how it looks like. So this is the laptop organizer that Vertx sells. And what's cool about this is that this is all loop lined. So if you want to get hook back accessories to put on there, you can do so. Like I had this just like this in the backpack. Another thing I like about this is that it can lift this a lot higher from the bottom of the bag, so that way you can create a false bottom. So that way if you're placing the bag down, you're not slamming your laptop or iPad down onto the floor and damaging it. Now on the back side, this is what it looks like here. I actually have this folded a lot smaller to fit my iPad, but it can it can stretch out a lot larger, where you can have it on these seams and you can fit up to like a 16 or 17 inch laptop in there. Pretty awesome. But the bag itself comes like so. So it's pretty much just a looped panel where you can put Tactigami accessories or any form of hook back accessories or even patches that you want to put all in this bag. As you can see here on the handle, I have my hero clip on there because this does sit passenger princess. I have this clip on all my bags essentially. And then over on the front side, I want to highlight the actual straps. Now over on this side here, I do have some Altoids. You could fit your cell phone here if you want, but I got some Altoids in there. And there's also different tether points here where you can put pens, knives, flashlights, other EDC items. And over on this side, I also have another multi-tool. And I think this is just in here because I was cutting my nails actually. This is a Roxxon multi-tool, but it also acts as a nail clipper. But in addition to that, so let me close this up. In addition to this being a nail clipper, it also has these accessories. So it has a screwdriver, it has a can opener / bottle opener, it has some scissors on here, which is also really good. And then you have a little blade on there. Primarily though, I use this for the nail cutter. It's actually really good. Super small, compact, as you can see. It's like the size of my pinky. But that is how I have this bag loaded out for work. So first, let's talk about organization. Organization is exactly what I've come to expect from Vertx. You have enough room for dedicated pockets to keep smaller accessories organized without feeling overwhelmed by dozens of compartments. The main compartment is open enough to be versatile. The front admin is small but practical. And if you use Vertx Tactigami accessories, like I just showed you guys, the loop line interior lets you completely customize this setup however you want. Comfort has honestly been excellent because the bag itself weighs almost nothing. The shoulder straps are also very comfortable, they're breathable, and that back panel helps you throughout the day with it having that minimal padding. Now, who is this backpack for? I think this backpack is perfect for people that are wanting to take it to the office, students, everyday commuters, coffee shop workers, minimalists, frequent travelers looking for a personal item, or anyone wanting a clean looking everyday backpack. Now, who is this bag probably not for? Well, if you're someone carrying camera gear more than the DJI Pocket, someone that carries their entire life inside of their backpack, you may want something in the 20-liter-ish range. Now, what I like after spending time with it, here are my biggest takeaways. First, the weight. At only 1.3 pounds, this thing practically disappears on your back. Second, the organization. Everything has its place without feeling over-engineered. Third, the overall look. It's clean, professional, and doesn't attract unwanted attention. After long work days, I haven't had any issues carrying it. The 15 liters has been more than enough for my daily work carry. Now, is there anything I would change? Honestly, not much. The biggest thing I'd tell someone considering a backpack is simply to be honest about how much gear you actually carry. If you constantly overpack, this may feel limiting. But if you're looking to simplify your carry and only bring what you truly need, I think you'll really appreciate what this bag offers. Overall, I think the Vertx Long Walks 15 liter has earned its place in my backpack rotation. It's lightweight, it's comfortable, well organized, looks professional, enough for the office while still offering the thoughtful features that Vertx is known for. And if you're someone who's been searching for a compact everyday backpack that doesn't feel oversized but still carries everything you need, I definitely think this is the one worth checking out. If you enjoyed today's video, I really appreciate if you hit that like button because it helps get this video in front of people who enjoy everyday carry. If you're new here, consider subscribing because I've got plenty more backpack reviews, EDC reviews, knife, flashlight, whatever gear reviews coming your way. And once again, I will have my Vertx links along with a discount code down below. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out. Walk back.